Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jimmy James. A little bit later than expected, but I'll tell you why in a moment. Saturday the 7th of December. We've got a football special for you, all the goals from around the UK as they happen. Been some early goals in the Premier League so far. Later than expected. Sounds like everything's okay with that. Accrington 1, Bromley 1. Ben Woods on 9 minutes for Accrington, getting on back on level terms. Crystal Palace are currently beating Manchester City. And Newcastle have just equalised against Brentford. Harrogate 0, AFC Wimbledon 1. Josh Kelly on 12 minutes, giving Wimbledon the lead. Yeah, it is now Brentford 1, Newcastle 1. Isaac on 11 minutes, getting Newcastle's equaliser. East Fife 1, Elgin City 0. Peggy. Sounds like a PlayStation game. On 14 minutes, giving East Fife the lead. And Queen's Park 1, Erdrionians 0. Dom Thomas on 14 minutes. Erdrionians' season is not going well, to say the least. Still QPR 0, Norwich 0. For some reason, and it's caused absolute chaos, it's been detected as a security alert, fair enough, but then it signed me out of everything, even though I clicked yes. It was me, Palace there, with a dangerous ball in to the penalty area. No one can get a head on it though, and it goes through to the keeper. Yeah, so it's literally signed me out of everything, and then trying to sign back into everything. It's still asking me to sign in now to chat. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is. Does my Sweden, to say the least. Let's see what happens when I try using chat there. Please use the live chat. Jimmy, right. No, it's not having it. Oh yeah, it is now. So why is it asking me to sign in to use the live chat? It's just starting to do my head in a little bit. Doncaster 0, Cheltenham 1. Owen Bailey on 17 minutes with an own goal. It's now been changed to Doncaster 0, Cheltenham 1. Owen Bailey on 15 minutes with an own goal. I suppose it matters if you had a time of the first goal, but get it right in the first place. Sign into chat. Right, let's have a look what happens there. Sign in. I'm already signed in. I should have hit done risk again as well. So yeah, we've got match animations around this screen as well. So if your team is one of these, zoom in. You can keep up with the match animations, unless you're wanting to keep up with all 6 of them and the goals as they go in. Be the first to hear on YouTube, because Wickham 1, Reading 0. Beryl Lubala on 18 minutes. We're probably the first on YouTube to let you know that that goal has happened. Feel free to use the live chat. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell, and if you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be superb. Currently watching Crystal Palace playing Manchester City. City going behind 1-0. We did say that the other night when Jeremy Doku came out saying after the 3-0 victory, this is a slump over. And it's like, one result doesn't end a slump. I'm not saying they won't win today, but they've certainly not started well against Crystal Palace. I need that square one. Yeah, because I'm going to have a glass of whiskey after in front of the fire. Got a Guinness on the go at the minute. Palace on the attack. Do you know something? I had all that time and was later than ever getting on. Google signed me out of everything because of a security alert. And it was me who'd signed in. We've got a goal down at the bottom right as you're looking at the screen there. We've got 2 goals actually. Let's have a quick look. That is Hull City v Blackburn Rovers. Looks like there's a goal for Blackburn there. And also Portsmouth and Bristol City. Looks like Portsmouth have taken the lead as well. The internet is still iffy today with all this weather. Chance here for City. Haaland couldn't get a final touch in the box to get his shot away. Yeah, it's Portsmouth 1, Bristol City 0, Colby Bishop on 20 minutes, and Hull 0, Blackburn 1, Sean McLaughlin 20-minute own goal, giving Blackburn the lead. What were you asking me for? Headphones.
Headphones.
Yeah, this internet is... It's the weather, isn't it? I don't know why it affects it, but it does. That's for sure. I wonder how long it's going to be before Manchester City start panicking in this game. They won't do yet. Only 17, nearly 18 minutes gone. But get to half-time with Crystal Palace having a lead. And then little tiny doubts in the back of your mind might start creeping in. Pep will be scratching his face again. Bit of self-harming going on there for Pep Guardiola. What's going on with YouTube either? Why has that stopped? No reason whatsoever that should have stopped. I know what I haven't done as well. I haven't put my football bet on. No, forgot. Oh, I might have done it earlier in the week. I'm not sure. Maybe I haven't. Crystal Palace are on the attack again here in the penalty area. 6-yard box. Pulled across. Put behind for a corner. It was Eze down that left-hand side. Oh, chance here now for Newcastle as word. Just one to beat. Oh, Isak. He was waiting to put it past the defender who was on the line, and while he's dilly-dallying, the keeper's got back on him, put a dive in and took the ball away from his foot. Isak should have scored there for Newcastle. Didn't have as much time as he thought there. Queen's Park 2, Erdrionians 0. Louis Longridge on 21 minutes giving Queen's Park a commanding lead against Erdrionians, and the way Erdrionians' season's going, I cannot see him coming back in that game. QPR 1, Norwich 0. Jimmy Dunn on 22 minutes, giving QPR the lead. And up in Scotland, Hearts 1, Dundee 0. Lawrence Shankland on 21 minutes. If you tuned into earlier on, I think it was on TNT Sports, wasn't it? Liverpool and Everton. That was postponed due to inclement weather. They're in here again, Palace. As a shot, it's blocked from about 8 yards out. Palace are all over City here. It wouldn't have counted anyway, the offside flag was up. But suddenly, City, where they were used to dominating the ball, They're sitting off. Yeah, it was a yard offside there, Eze. They're wide open at the back. Palace are cutting through them like a knife through butter. Poor result last night for Wisła Krakow away at Bologna. They knocked us out the cup earlier in the week 3-2 in extra time, and last night beat us 2-0. And Wisła didn't play well at all, created very little. City trying to get control of this ball. Well, it's on the halfway line and in their own half. Crystal Palace rode in a higher line, so it's congesting play. Won't take City long before they try that ball over the top. I just don't understand what's going on with YouTube today and the whole internet. We have a goal, Aston Villa. Who's it gone to? It looks like it's gone to Aston Villa unless VAR are going to intervene. Yeah, Duran on 24 minutes giving Villa a 1-0 lead against Southampton. And an Athletic 0, Cove Rangers 1. Declan Glass on 24 minutes, smashing Cove Rangers into the lead. Well, go and have a look then. Jack Russell lazy. Jack Russell I've ever known. Harrogate 0, AFC Wimbledon 2. John Joe O'Toole on 23 minutes, doubling Wimbledon's lead. Confirmation the Villa taking a 1-0 lead against Southampton. Duran on 24 minutes and Morecambe 0, Grimsby 1. Justin Obikwu on 25 minutes, giving Grimsby the lead. Lovely chance there for Manchester City. Put the shot wide though. It remains Palace 1, City 0. Stenhousemuir 2, Dumbarton 0. Aaron Steele on 25 minutes, doubling Stenhousemuir's lead. Just looking at that goal from Duran, a lovely finish there. Aberdeen 0, St Johnstone 1, Mackenzie Kirk on 25 minutes, getting St Johnstone in the lead. And the wheels are falling off Aberdeen's season. East Fife 1, Elgin City 1. Mark Gallagher on 27 minutes, getting Elgin City back on level terms there. Spoke about this the other night with Aberdeen. They had that early pressure and then in the season where they were winning. And it all started to come undone when they lost 2-1 against St Mirren down to 10 men. They get beat by Celtic and now they're losing today. And it's almost like they've, I don't know, but I can guess. It's almost like they feel like the season is done. Which, let's be honest, it pretty much is. Unless Celtic have an absolute collapse. It looks like they're playing for runners-up spot against Rangers. Montrose 1, Inverness Cali Thistle 0. Graham Webster on 27 minutes, giving Montrose a lead. Palace just had a corner against City from the left-hand side. Nothing came of it, though. But it is Palace in possession on the halfway line. See if that does the trick. up in Scotland. That goal that St Johnstone scored against Aberdeen. It was Gavin Malloy with a mistake. They are capable of coming back, Aberdeen, though. A couple of times this season they've gone behind and managed to get all 3 points, so they'll be hoping for that today. There's been another goal. The Empire Maker won't be happy with that. Chesterfield 1, Tranmere Rovers 0. And we have had another goal. It is now Brentford 2, Newcastle United 1. Johan Visser on 28 minutes there, giving Brentford the lead once more. Montrose 1, Inverness Cardiff Thistle, we've done that one. Swindon 2, Fleetwood 0. Harry Smith on 28 minutes, doubling Swindon's lead. And Chesterfield 1, Tranmere 0. It was Ryan Colclough on 29 minutes getting Chesterfield in front there. Manchester City are in possession at the back, not in a rush, just trying to play it around as they do. But Crystal Palace, they're holding quite a high line and compressing play. And it's almost like teams have figured out eventually how to play against Manchester City's possession game. Because pretty much in this first half, I mean, there again, Palace are in again here down the right-hand side, cross to the penalty spot, laid off, shot comes in, should have shot first time. The shot that did come in was finally blocked. It was Ruben Diaz with the block. We're just watching that goal here for Brentford. And it was sloppy play from Newcastle giving the ball away. And Johan Visser with a great finish there into the penalty area, ran in. Put it to the keeper's right-hand side. But that was Newcastle giving the ball away. Keeper's left-hand side, sorry. Newcastle giving the ball away. It was an awful pass across his back four. And a lovely finish. Won't be happy with that, the Newcastle fans, that is for sure. Real sloppy play. City are now on level terms. Just as I've been saying, Palace are holding a high line. The ball was played out to the left-hand side. It comes back central. It was Haaland with the goal. Erling Haaland on 30 minutes. So it's with Kyle Walker on the right-hand side. Savino back to Walker. Palace just sitting in, not chasing that ball about, and that's maybe why they're going to regret it. It's going to be a cross into the penalty area. Haaland, oh my word, Haaland, he got in between the two defenders and the keeper and just heads it pretty much into an empty net because the keeper was in no man's land. So after all that hard work from Crystal Palace on 30 minutes, City get back on level terms. I just want to watch that again and see. Ranked. Hello, how are you doing? I'm not doing too bad, mate. I'm not doing too bad. I hope you're doing okay. I'm just watching this goal again for Manchester City. And it was a ball into the box. The keeper kind of started to come for it. Then he went back. And as he's going back, he's just in no man's land. Easy goal for Haaland. Cambridge 2, Shrewsbury 0. Shane Lavery on 30 minutes, doubling Cambridge's lead. Have you had a bet today, Ranks? I've still got to get mine on. Wait till half time. Hopefully there's no goals. It's now Newcastle. They've got an equaliser. Brentford 2, Newcastle 2. We'll wait to see that goal going in. It was Harvey Barnes on 32 minutes. Mansfield 1, Huddersfield 1. Oshilaja on 32 minutes getting Mansfield back on level terms. Hearts 2, Dundee 0. Lawrence Shankland on 31 minutes. That's a brace for Shankland. It gets worse for Dundee. And Brentford 2, Newcastle 2. Harvey Barnes on 32 minutes. Renks has done Frankfurt, Man City, Aston Villa and Barcelona to win. Well, City's back on level terms for you, mate. They're all going on now. Cross my fingers for you, mate. How are you getting on with your old wisdom teeth? Hopefully. You're out of pain now, mate. Mansfield 1, Huddersfield 2. Josh Karoma on 33 minutes, getting Huddersfield in the lead. So just having a look at this goal for Newcastle now. It's from the right-hand side. It's pulled back to the penalty spot. Harvey Barnes just spins, puts it across the keeper to his right-hand side, and it sneaks in off the post. Is it poor keeping or is it just a good shot? It's just a good shot. Not a lot the keeper could do about that, to be honest. Clyde 1, Peterhead 0. Robbie Leach on 34 minutes, getting Clyde into the lead there. And Rank said, no, the tooth pain is a bit better, but it went all to my neck and back. Nah, it's no fun, is it? It's no fun. However, if you think on the positive side, you've got it over and done with now, and it's only going to get better, isn't it? It's only going to get better. And if your bet's up today, that'll ease the pain a little bit. We've got awful internet here in the UK, mate, so if it all goes off, it's because the internet's gone and the power's gone. On the plus side, flying out to Poland on the early hours of Tuesday morning. Got my ticket sorted for this work. Not a good result last night, mate, for us. Got beat again 2-0 in the league. And, worryingly, we didn't create a lot either. Which is not what Visva are about. We always concede pretty much. But we score more goals than the opposition do. Not last night, though. Rank says, yeah, that's true. Yeah, get a couple of painkillers down you, mate. Nice glass of whiskey, that'll sort it out. So my physician has told me to say. I'm having a nice glass of Guinness myself at the minute. Then I'm going to have a glass of whiskey. Cheers. Wanky's got a bottle of Rosé Prosecco on the go. A nice leisurely afternoon. Watching the football. Sat in front of the fire. With the laziest Jack Russell. I don't know why that keeps stopping playing. It's doing my Sweden. Might have to change that. Yeah, I can't be having that. It's doing me head in. Right. Let's get me different background on the go. Let's have a bit of snow. When I can find it. Yeah, we'll have that one. It's doing my Sweden. We'll have a new background any second. Stirling Albion 0, Edinburgh City 1. Connor Young on 35 minutes. What have you got planned for Saturday evening, Ranks? Are you off out? Are you staying in? Will you be online with your young lady, what was she called? Lydia. I hope I've not stitched you up there. I'm going from my memory now, which is not the best. There we go. That's a little bit better. Get a bit of snow on the go. So we're looking out for, we want a Man City win, did you say? Manchester City, Aston Villa and Barcelona. How's Frankfurt doing at the minute? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Well, your Villa one is good. Plymouth was postponed today, so Wayne Rooney will be pleased about that. Who else were we on? Frankfurt still 0-0 half time. Let's highlight that. How's Barcelona doing? Still 0-0 Barcelona. 23 minutes gone there. Just setting up my right, come on. Let's see if... Where's the other English games? Quite a few postponed games today because of the weather. I'm not surprised. It has been shocking. Morecambe 0, Grimsby 2. Justin Obikwu on 39 minutes, doubling Grimsby's lead. It's Clyde 2, Peterhead 0. Liam Scullion on 38 minutes. Kelty Hearts 0, Alloa 1. Luke Donnelly on 39 minutes. And Montrose 2, Inverness Calithistle 0. Blur Lions on 38 minutes, doubling Montrose's lead. Right, so we've got all of that. Sutton United have taken the lead against Ebbsfleet. Let's have a look at the settings there. We also want the sound effects for Stuart, because otherwise I ain't going to hear it. Who put the goal in for Sutton? Let's have a butchers. It was goal scorer to follow. Goal scorer to follow, so I couldn't tell you. Montrose 2, Inverness Calithistle 0, Blur Lions on 38 minutes, Stirling Albion 0, Edinburgh City 2, Dylan Wells on 39 minutes. It is an absolute blizzard out there. It's a free kick to Crystal Palace in the middle of the park. Taken quickly. They put themselves under pressure and had to go back to the keeper there. Solihull Moors 1, Radcliffe 1. Radcliffe with an equaliser there. Chichester 0, Hastings 2. Oh, blimey. Newcastle just had a good chance there at the back post. It wasn't to be, though. It remains Palace 1, Man City 1. City on the break here. Edge of the box. Shot comes in over the crossbar. Keeper diving to his right. Just a little bit too high there. A warning shot though for Crystal Palace again. It remains Brentford 2, Newcastle 2. It was Savinho with the shot for City there. City kicking from left to right in this first half as we're watching it. There's been another goal. It's now, oh dear, it gets worse for Tranmere Rovers. Now Chesterfield 2, Tranmere Rovers 0. Clyde 2, Peterhead 1. Andrew McCarthy on 43 minutes, getting Peterhead possibly back in that game. Finlay Gray for Dumbarton, 44 minutes. He's not scored. He's been a naughty boy. He's off for foul play. It was Dobra who, on 44 minutes, has doubled Chesterfield's lead against Tranmere. I bet as well have put my glasses on. Cute. What a half-time score is coming in now. Still in the Championship, Millwall 0, Coventry City 0. Just approaching half-time there. I've got a sneeze coming. Apologies for that. I've steamed my glasses up as well. There's another thing. I wonder if we could have had. I wonder if we could have had the bottom of the screen. Maybe get rid of that one and try and do this one on the fly. I'm not sure how to do it. So it could go terribly wrong. However, let's give it a whirl. Yes, and half time at Villa Park. Aston Villa 1, Southampton 0. That was Duran putting Villa in the lead. Savinho down the right hand side there for City. City trying to get in the lead before half time. It's not going to happen though. Or is it? Stream is frozen. It's been a real topsy-turvy game, Brentford and Newcastle. Newcastle twice behind and then a gilt-edged opportunity to take the lead. Missing a header from about 6 yards out at the back post. I couldn't see who the player was. 3 minutes of added on time at the end of the first half in this City game. Edge of the box, reluctant to shoot. City doing what City do, trying to play the, produce the perfect goal. And It gets broke up by Crystal Palace. They get a free kick. And the danger's gone. And that will be half time. Crystal Palace 1, Manchester City 1. Palace taking the lead there. Just I dare. If I dare. QPR 2, Norwich 0, almost half time there. 6 minutes of added on time at the end of the first half. Not sure why. But call it 4 minutes into that added on time has doubled QPR's lead against. Now, why is that not shown up at the bottom? We just had a warning come through. The rain is going to stop. I can live with that. Awful internet. Hopefully that sorted out my issues at my end. quickly go through why it's in the time. Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Augsburg 1. So Frankfurt did take the lead on 55 minutes, but Augsburg have just equalised on 61 minutes. So that game didn't last too long. That lead didn't last too long, I should say. And Kunku on 13 minutes got a booking in that first half, as did Schlotterbeck. So if you've had overs on the corner, on the cards, you're in with a chance there. 1 second, it could be this goal is under review for offside for Augsburg, so it looks like it could remain Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Augsburg 0. We'll have to wait and see. RB Leipzig have doubled their lead against Holstein Kiel. It's Leipzig leading away by 2-0. I don't know why. Why oh why? Display notification with the sound yes. Genoa and Torino has finished. That is 0-0. Perfect. I need to put my bet on as well, which I will do now. Let's see, here we go. I forgot to put my Super 6 on today. Not good when it's free to enter. It's a no-brainer. Right, let's have a go. See if we can win a few shekels. Okay, football, here we go. No, we want over 1.5 goals. Let's see how many we can have a go at. Millwall, Coventry, possibly. Burton Albion and Wrexham. Barnsley, Birmingham. Gillingham, Salford. Ooh, Dundee United, Kilmarnock. Partick and Kings Lynn and Scarborough. Supposed to be from today. Two and a half goals. Here we go. I think Hull and Blackburn's probably got more goals in it as well. try and find one more. Falkirk and Wraith. I've gone up to... Let's have a go at that for a quid. Why on earth? YouTube's having an absolute shocker. Manchester United playing Nottingham Forest later. Doesn't look like it's been called off, but it looks like there's it looks a little bit breezy, as you would expect. Let's see actually if that Augsburg goal stood for against Frankfurt. It did indeed. So it is Frankfurt 1, Augsburg 1. Not good for Renks's bet. Still Portsmouth 1, Bristol City 0 in that first half. Dickey got a yellow card on 8 minutes. Pring on 12 minutes got a yellow card. Bishop scored for Portsmouth on 20 minutes, and Dazelle got a yellow card at the end of the first half there for Portsmouth. That means he misses the next match. So anyone who had 3 cards or over, your bet's already up, you can relax. Second halves are just getting underway now. Go through the Premier League goals scores for you in the first half. It's Aston Villa 1, Southampton 0. Brentford 2, Newcastle 2. What a topsy-turvy first half that was. Newcastle equalising twice and then having a gilt-edged opportunity with a header at the far post that went wide. So it's all square at the moment. Crystal Palace took the lead against Manchester City on 4 minutes. It was Munoz with the goal. Erling Haaland equalising on 30 minutes there for Manchester City. And it gets worse now for Frankfurt and ranks his bet. It's now Frankfurt 1, Augsburg 2. It's Aldershot 1, Wealdstone United 0. And Cambridge United 3, Shrewsbury Town 0. Goal scorers to follow. Faster than Sky, even with the YouTube delay. How's that for you? Championship scores from the first half. Hull 0, Blackburn 1. Luton 1, Swansea 0. Millwall 0, Coventry City 0. Portsmouth 1, Bristol City 0. QPR 2, Norwich 0. League 1, it was Barnsley 0, Birmingham City 0. Burton 0, Wrexham 0. Cambridge 3, if we've just seen Shrewsbury 0. Mansfield 1, Huddersfield 2. Stockport County and Exeter 0-0. Wycombe 1, Reading 1. English League 2. Accrington 1, Bromley 1. Chesterfield 2, Tranmere 0. Doncaster 0, Cheltenham 1. Gillingham 0, Salford 0. Harrogate 0, AFC Wimbledon 2. Morecambe 0, Grimsby 2. Swindon 2, Fleetwood 0. Moving up to Scotland, Aberdeen 0, St Johnstone 1. Celtic 1, Hibernian 0. Dundee United 0, Kilmarnock 0. Hearts 2, Dundee FC 0. St Mirren and Motherwell, that is also 0-0. Scottish Championship, Dunfermline 0, Hamilton 0. Falkirk 1, Wraith Rovers 0. Morton 0, Livingston 0. Partick Thistle 0, 0. Queen's Park 2, Erdrionians 0. Scottish League 1, there has just been a goal. No, there hasn't. No, there hasn't. Correction. It's Annan 0, Cove Rangers 1. Kelty Hearts 0, Alloa 1. Montrose 2, Inverness 0. Stenhousemuir 2, Dumbarton 0. Dumbarton down to 10 men. It's now Slough 2, Maidenhead 0. And Harrogate 0, AFC Wimbledon 3. It was Lundulu on 46 minutes, getting Cambridge's third. Then Matty Stevens on 50 minutes got AFC Wimbledon's third, making it Harrogate 0, AFC Wimbledon 3. If you're interested in the Bundesliga, it's Bayer Leverkusen 2, St. Pauli 0, Bayern Munich 2, Heidelheim 1, Bochum 0, Werder Bremen 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Augsburg 2, although that is going to change, I get a feeling. I get a feeling that... Yeah, Eintracht Frankfurt have just equalised, so it's Eintracht Frankfurt 2, Augsburg 2, and it's Sutton 1, Ebbsfleet 1, Ebbsfleet now equalising. AFC Fylde have just equalised against Kidderminster. It's now 2-2. And Bashford 2. Halifax have just pulled one back. 1. Ilkeston 1. Worksop 0. And the rain is coming down again. That ain't going to help the internet. Let's see if we can ping ourselves over to New York. We might get some better internet. Oxford City 1, Hadley 1. Hadley with an equaliser there. It's now Aldershot 1, Wealdstone 1. Wealdstone getting back on level terms. Plenty of goals flying in now. Hampton and Richmond 1, hashtag nil. Dundee United 1, Kilmarnock 0. A goal there on 53 minutes, giving Dundee United the lead. And it's Chichester 1, Hastings 2. Chichester getting back in that game potentially. Cambridge United 4, Shrewsbury 0. And it's now Bayer Leverkusen 2, St Pauli 1. Goals going in thick and fast now. Now the second halves are getting underway. It's now Dundee United 0, Kilmarnock 0. It's a goal correction. That goal for Dundee United was offside. Gillingham 1, Salford 0. Jaden Clark on 48 minutes getting Gillingham in the lead there. And it was Kachunga on 53 minutes getting Cambridge's 4th against Shrewsbury. So Cambridge 4, Shrewsbury 0. QPR 3, Norwich 0. Ryan Colley on 49 minutes. It's a red letter day for QPR. Doncaster 1, Cheltenham 1. George Broadbent on 55 minutes, getting Doncaster back on level terms there. And it's Slough 2, Maidenhead 1. Goal scorer for Maidenhead, I couldn't tell you. But it's now Bayern Munich 3, Heidelheim 2. So it's all happening in the Bundesliga. Doncaster 1, Cheltenham 1, George Broadbent. We've done that one. So the Bayern Munich game, Bayern Munich took the lead on 18 minutes with Upamecano. After the break, it was 1-1. Heidelheim getting the goal on 50 minutes from Honask. It was Musiala on 56 minutes, putting Bayern Munich back in the lead. And then on 84 minutes, it was Goretzka, apparently sealing the game. However, on 86 minutes, Dorsch has put Heidelheim just one goal behind now, so it currently stands at 3-2 with 86.5 minutes gone. Bayern Munich will be hoping they can hang on there. Stockton 1, Oldham 0. Doncaster 1, Cheltenham 2 now. And Aberdeen have equalised against St Johnstone with Leighton Clarkson. Doncaster 1, Cheltenham 2. Ethan Archer on 56 minutes there, giving Cheltenham the lead. Dunfermline 1, Hamilton Academical 0, Matthew Todd on 56 minutes. That Jack Russell of mine has just farted. Dorchester have just equalised against Hungerford. It's now 2-2. And Sutton 1, Ebbsfleet 2. Ebbsfleet taking the lead there. It's Chorley 2, Warrington Rylands 2. Warrington getting back on level terms there. And Ilkeston 2, Worksop 0. They just doubled the lead, Ilkeston. And it was Matthew Todd on 56 minutes, getting Dunfermline in the lead against Hamilton Accies. It's now Brentford 3, Newcastle 2. And Brentford 3, Newcastle 2. It's Cray Valley 0, Lewes 2. Chichester have just equalised against Hastings. That's 2-2 now. And we are showing a goal. Manchester City, according to this, are losing. Manchester Palace 2, Manchester City 1. Let's have a look who the goal scorer was. Lacroix for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace 2, Manchester City 1. Let's have a look and let's have a watch of this goal. Celtic 2, Hibernian 0. It was Hughes with a shot at the edge of the box. It got deflected, went wide of the keeper's left-hand post. So Hughes was coming over to take this corner for Crystal Palace. Joel Newell on 54 minutes with an own goal there for Hibs, giving Celtic a 2-0 lead now. Swindon 3, Fleetwood 0. Just watching this goal for Crystal Palace. So it's a corner from the right-hand side. It'll be an in-swinger for Hughes. Puts it into the penalty area. And Lacroix just got up above everybody and put it to the keeper's right-hand side. A lovely, lovely in-swinging corner there from Crystal Palace. Job done. And it all came from that shot that got deflected by Hughes at the near post. Liam says, locked in from Torquay, hole in the wall. Liam, Sam, Ollie, Paddy, Joel, Shale. I hope none of you are have backed Man City today to win, because it's not looking good. Palace have twice taken the lead in this game now, and they're looking pretty dominant on City at times, not letting City have that ball as they usually do. They've compressed play. There's no room for City. They're a pale figure of themselves, are the Mancunians, wrong side of Manchester. Swindon 3, Fleetwood 0. Harry Smith, a 58 minute. That's his hat-trick. Yeah, 58 minutes. Harry Smith. Giving Swindon a 3-0 lead. And it's now Bayern Munich 4, Heidelheim 2. That game's almost over. Just giving Bayern Munich a little bit of a scare at the end, Heidelheim. But too little too late. And it's Chorley 3, Warrington Rylands 2. Chorley taking the lead there. Accrington 1, Bromley 2. Goal scorer for Bromley to follow. It was Woods on 9 minutes there. getting Accrington back on level terms after Cheek had scored on 7 minutes for Bromley. But Bromley back in front. Portsmouth 2, Bristol City 0. Accrington 1, Bromley 2, Falkirk 2, Wraith Rovers 0. Millwall 0, Coventry 1. Ephraim Mason Clark on 63 minutes getting Coventry the lead there. Ilkeston 3, Worksop 0. And Burton 0, Wrexham 1. The Moneymen have taken the lead there. It was Elliot Lee on 65 minutes getting Wrexham potentially 3 points. Barnsley 1, Birmingham City 0. And it's Ilkeston 2, Worksop 0. We're quicker than Sky. We're quicker than Sky, and that's even with the delay. Keep watching Football Special on Catch It Live with me, Jimmy James. Let us know if you boys have got any bets going. Liam's locked in with the boys. Looks like there's been a goal up there as well. Who's that for? That was Birmingham City. It's now finished by Munich 4, Heidelheim 2. Gainsborough 1, Rushall 1. Rushall getting back on level terms there. And Holstein Kiel 0, RB Leipzig 2. That is a final result. City are still not at the races. Long periods of this game. They're getting bullied by Crystal Palace, which you never used to see. How are Man City missing Rodri in that midfield? The wheels have come off the bus since he's been out of that team. And it is no coincidence. Ilkeston 3, Worksop 0. Quick shout out, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell, and if you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be fantastic. Looks like there's an equalising goal there for Birmingham City. There is indeed, so 2 quick goals there. It's now Barnsley 1, Birmingham 1. Montrose 2, Inverness 1. Inverness pulling one back there. And it has finished by Leverkusen 2, St Pauli 1. It was Pike Sung Ho with a 58th minute own goal there for Barnsley. Giving Barnsley the lead. However, Birmingham back on level terms in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. And it was Jay Stansfield on 60 minutes getting Birmingham back level. Montrose 2, Inverness Cali Thistle 1, Louis Longstaff on 64 minutes. And it's Aldershot 2, Wealdstone 1. Aldershot back in the lead there now. Don't forget to tune in next Thursday night. I'll be live streaming from Poland. Wisła Krakow taking on Legnica. If you're at the match and you want to come and say hello, we're in section 14, row 6. I'll be the one live streaming. What's going on here? It's now Basford to FC Halifax 2. Halifax equalising there. City playing the ball around in front of Crystal Palace, midway inside Palace's half. Sutton 1, Ebbsfleet 3. Ebbsfleet pulling away there. It's now finished in Germany. Bochum 0, Werder Bremen 1. That is a final result. I didn't want to do that, so I don't know why I did it in the first place. Dulwich Hamlet 1, Dover 2. Dover taking the lead again there. And Stockport 1, Exeter City 0. Goal scorers to follow. Swindon 3, Fleetwood 1. Fleetwood getting one back there. It's a long way back though. The Stockport scorer was Tristan Kramer, a 68-minute own goal for Exeter, making it Stockport 1, Exeter 0. Swindon 3, Fleetwood 1. Matty Virtue on 67 minutes, pulling one back for Fleetwood. Annan 1, Cove Rangers 1. Annan back on level terms there up in Scotland. And Manchester City have just equalised against Crystal Palace. Let's have a look what's going on there. So it was City in possession inside Palace's half. They've gone all the way back to the keeper who's midway inside his own half. And it's Rico Lewis with the goal on 68 minutes, getting City back on level terms. Once again, Crystal Palace holding that high line, trying to compress play and not give City any space. Referee gave a free kick there. And now he's given the ball. I think it hit him, so he's given the ball back to City. Cambridge 4, Shrewsbury 1. John Marquis on 17 minutes with a penalty, pulling one back for Shrewsbury. Lovely play there. What was the full-back doing? Rico Lewis there. The full-back for Crystal Palace was asleep. He was in no man's land. And City have punished Crystal Palace. York 2, Darlington 1. York taking the lead there. And it's getting ugly for Bristol City. It's now Portsmouth 3, Bristol City 0. Falkirk 3, Wraith Rovers 0, up in Scotland. It was Callum Lang on 71 minutes for Portsmouth, getting their third. And it was Keelan Adams on 66 minutes, getting Falkirk's third. I bet's looking a little bit grim. Come on, who's letting me down? Who's letting me down at the minute? So far I need one goal in Burton Albion and Wrexham, Millwall and Coventry. Oh, quite a few that have won. Who's letting me down at the minute? Partick and I need a couple of goals in that game. Kings Lynn and Scarborough, I need a couple of goals in that game. And Dundee and Kilmarnock, I need a couple of goals in that game. It has now finished Eintracht Frankfurt 2, Augsburg 2. That's done for Renks' bet. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky. Brett Long for Dumbarton. 70 minutes. He's not scored. He's been a naughty boy. He's been sent off for foul play. It's now Leek 1, Hyde 1. Hyde getting an equaliser there. Chichester 2, Hastings 3. Hastings grabbing a lead. You won't find any of these scores on Sky, that's for sure. They tend not to bother with the lower leagues for some reason. Come on, I need a goal in... I need Partick and a goal. I need Kings Lynn and Scarborough a goal. And Dundee and Kilmarnock a goal. It's now York 3, Darlington 1. And it's now Dulwich Hamlet 1, Dover Athletic 3. Dover increasing their lead there. And Tamalika Brett Buck 1, Chobry Glogov 0 over in the Polish Betclic 1. Gainsborough 2, Rushall 1. Gainsborough taking the lead. And Dunfermline 1, Hamilton Accies 1. Hamilton Accies getting back on level terms. Doncaster 2, Cheltenham 2. Doncaster getting an equaliser there. And Dunfermline 1, Hamilton Accies 1. It was Sean McGinty on 74 minutes getting Hamilton Accies back on level terms. Andrew Steves for Montrose. He's been a naughty boy on 74 minutes. He's been sent off for foul play. And Adam Phillips for Barnsley. 70 minutes. He's been sent off for a bookable offence. It was Luke Molyneux on 75 minutes getting Doncaster's equaliser against Cheltenham. And it's now Guiseley 3, Whitby 1. Guiseley increasing their lead. Stenhousemuir 3, Dumbarton 0. Matt Yates with a 73-minute penalty. Increasing Stenhousemuir's lead. And it was, we did that Luke Molyneux 75 minutes with Doncaster's equaliser against Cheltenham. Sutton 2, Ebbsfleet 1. Sutton pulling one back up against Ebbsfleet there, but still behind. All right, Frankie James.
Yeah. I get sick of days.
I'll do that after this if you want. Although it could be a little while yet. How long's he got? It's just that bad weather. I'm hoping that bin lid didn't fall off as well, because it got me ash out the fire in the bin. I heard it clang.
Oh, good day. I was well. Charlie.
Yeah?
And the bin lid is flipped upside down.
And it's still on? Well, I don't know, it's done that. Moyley was locked in. He's with Liam, Sam, Ollie, Paddy, Joel, and Shale. Aldershot 3, Wealdstone 1. Aldershot increasing their lead there. And it's now Luton 1. Swansea with an equaliser 1. Goal scorers to follow once Sky catch up. Breaking news, West Ham confirm Michael Antonio has been involved in a road traffic accident. No more details than that. Just a quick rundown of the Premier League. It's currently Aston Villa 1, Southampton 0, Brentford 3, Newcastle 2, Crystal Palace 2, Manchester City 2. English Championship, Hull 0, Blackburn 1, Luton 1, Swansea 1, Millwall 0, Coventry 1, Portsmouth 3, Bristol City 0. Oh, we've got a goal correction. It's still Aldershot 2, Wealdstone 1. So that goal for Aldershot was chalked off, but they still lead Wealdstone. Championship, Hull 0, Blackburn 1, Luton 1, Swansea 1, Millwall 0, Coventry 1, Portsmouth 3, Bristol City 0, QPR 3, Norwich 0. Moving on to League 1 in England. Barnsley 1, Birmingham City 1, Barnsley down to 10 men, Burton 0, Wrexham 1, Cambridge 4, Shrewsbury 1, Mansfield 1, Huddersfield 2, Stockport County 1, Exeter 0, Wycombe 1, Reading 1. It's now Hampton and Richmond 2, #0. English League 1 current scores. Accrington 1, Bromley 2, Chesterfield 2, Tranmere 0, Doncaster 2, Cheltenham 2, Gillingham 1, Salford 0, Harrogate 0, AFC Wimbledon 3, Morecambe 0, Grimsby 2, Swindon 3, Fleetwood 1. It's now Kilmarnock 1, it is now Dundee United 1, Kilmarnock 0. And in the Scottish Premiership, it's Aberdeen 1, St Johnstone 1, Celtic 2, Hibernian 0, Dundee United 1, Kilmarnock 0, Hearts 2, Dundee FC 0, St Mirren 0, Motherwell 0. Scottish Championship, Dunfermline 1, Hamilton 1, Falkirk 3, Wraith Rovers 0, Morton 0, Livingston 0, Partick Thistle 0, 0, but Partick Thistle have currently got a penalty, so that could well change. Queen's Park 2, Erdrionians 0. It is over in Poland in the Betclic 1, Termalika Brett Buck 1, Chobry Glogov 1. Chobry getting an equaliser there. It's important at the top of the league, that game in Poland. Wingate and Finchley 0, Billericay 1. And Boston United 1, Alvechurch 0. Dorchester 3, Hungerford 2. Dorchester taking the league there. Clyde 2, Peterhead 2, Jack Brown on 82 minutes, getting Peterhead back on level terms. And it was Uzi C on 79 minutes for Stirling Albion, for Edinburgh City, against Stirling Albion, making it Stirling Albion 0, Edinburgh City 3. Clyde 2, Peterhead 2, Jack Brown with an equaliser there for Peterhead in 82 minutes. And Partick Thistle 1, United 0, Kyle Turner with an 82nd minute penalty. It's now Oxford City 2, Hadley 1. And Boreham Wood 1, Eastbourne Borough 0. Thoughts and prayers are everyone at the club are with Mikhail, his family and friends at this time. I'm just wondering how bad this incident is. West Ham confirmed striker Michail Antonio has been involved in a road traffic accident. Earlier today. West Ham say the thoughts and prayers of everyone at the club are with Michail, his family and friends at this time. So it sounds like it's a pretty serious incident. Looks like Birmingham have taken the lead against Barnsley. Barnsley were down to 10 men, weren't they? So it could well be. Kings Lynn 1, Scarborough 0. Bower and Pitsea 1, Cray Wanderers. Bower and Pitsea 0, Cray Wanderers 1. Bracknell 1, Sholing 3. Confirmation there. Birmingham have taken the lead against Barnsley. Barnsley 1, Birmingham City 2. Barnsley are down to 10 men as well, so it was Phillips for Barnsley who got his red card on the 70th minute. Just trying to see who the goal scorer was for Birmingham. Gets even worse for Tranmere. They're losing 3-0 now. Dunfermline 2, Hamilton 1. Dunfermline grabbing the lead there. It was Jay Stansfield on 79 minutes getting Birmingham's goal to put them in the lead. It's now Sutton 3, Ebbsfleet 3. Sutton equalising there. Chesterfield 3, Tranmere 0, confirmation. Goal scorer to follow. And Alfreton 0, Spennymoor 1. How's me bet doing? Come on, Kings Lynn and Scarborough. Just need one goal there. Got to be in with a chance here of me eight and a bit grand. Come on. I need 2 goals in the Hull and Blackburn game as well. It's not looking good. It was Kane Drummond on 86 minutes getting Chesterfield's third against Tranmere. Betis 1, Barcelona 1. Betis back on level terms there. And it's now York City 3, Darlington 2. Darlington pulling one back, but still trailing. And it is still Crystal Palace 2, Man City 2. This is going to be Liverpool's season. They're going to have to throw this. Where's my skybox going to go? I don't want it to go on standby to save energy. I'm bloody watching it. Barnet 2, Aveley 0. How Barnet have fallen over the years. Rico Lewis has been sent off for Manchester City. Second bookable offence on 84 minutes. It never rains, it pours, and it's certainly pouring for Manchester City. And to put the top hat on it, if City lose this match, I wouldn't want to be Rico Lewis because you'll become the fall guy. Dorchester 4, Hungerford 2. Dorchester increasing their lead there. I think now it's going dark. I might need to add a little bit of light onto... That's a little bit better, isn't it? Not that anybody gives a toss. But there you go, I do. Over in Holland, it's GA Eagles 5, Nijmegen 0. And it's now Aldershot 3, Wealdstone 1. This time it will be Aldershot getting that third goal. They had one disallowed, but this time it stood, it looks like. That's been a goal correction as well. It's York City 3, Darlington 1. That is a goal correction. I've not got a chicken in the house. It's Frankie James's phone on the door. Montrose 2, Inverness Cali Thistle 2. Paul Allen on 88 minutes, getting Inverness Cali back on level terms. I don't know who it is.
Good idea.
Not an 82-year-old, is it? Montrose 2, Inverness Cali Thistle 2. Paul Allen on 88 minutes. And Dunfermline 3 now, Hamilton Accies 1. Josh Cooper had just given Dunfermline the lead there, and now they've increased it. It's now Stockport County 2, Exeter 0. That was Louis Barry with an 89th minute penalty. Probably securing the points there for Stockport, to be honest. And it's now Celtic 3, Hibernian 0. Goal scorer to follow once Sky catch up. So Morecambe 0, Grimsby Town 3. The Grimsby boys who were in the other week, I think it was Joshua and Jaden, they'll be happy with that. And it was Kyogo on 84 minutes getting Celtic's third. Still waiting for the goal scorer for Grimsby. Come on, Sky. And it's all turned around or in the Polish Betclic 1. It is now Tamalika Brookbet 1, Chobriglogov 2. Bracknell 1, Scholling 4. Scholling increasing their lead there. It was Danny Rose in 1 minute into added on time there for Grimsby getting their third. And it's finished Morton 0, Livingston 0. A lot of final scores coming in now. Stenhousemuir 4, Dumbarton 0. It was Matt Yates with an 88th minute penalty for Stenhousemuir. That was his hat-trick as well. It's now Solihull Moors 1, Radcliffe Borough 2. Still Aston Villa leading by 1-0 against Southampton. Duran on 24 minutes, giving Villa the lead. It's still Brentford 3, Newcastle 2. Brentford have just scored again against Newcastle. Goal scorer to follow. Into injury time there as well at the G-Tech Community Stadium. Good result for Brentford. I know I was talking to Ollie James later and he wasn't sure about Newcastle in that game. And it was Kevin Shade on 90 minutes getting Brentford's 4th. And it's now Hampton and Richmond 3 #0. Lots of final scores coming in now. Dulwich Hamlet 1, Dover 4. Dover increasing their lead. Later tonight, we'll give a rundown of a summary of all the games for all you guys who've had a bet there. So we'll have the goal scorers, the times of the goals, how many cards, who was booked. We'll go through as much as we can. I'm still curious as to what happens with Mikel Antonio here. How serious this accident's been. Sounds more than just your run-of-the-mill accident. It's now Kelty Hearts 0, Alloa 2. And it's now Dunfermline 3, Hamilton 2. Hamilton pulling one back there, but still trailing Dunfermline. It was Scott Taggart with a penalty for Alloa. 5 minutes into added on time there, making it Kelty Hearts 0, Alloa 2. And Oliver Shaw with a penalty 3 minutes into added on time there, getting Hamilton Accies a goal back, but they still trailed Dunfermline by 3-2. Late goal there in Scotland. It's St Mirren 0, Motherwell 1. Goal scorer to follow. Lots of games called off today because of the weather. And it was Paul Allen 4 minutes into added on time there, putting Inverness Cali Thistle into the lead. And it's Dundee 1, Kilmarnock what? Dundee United 1, Kilmarnock 1. Bruce Anderson with a penalty into added on time there, getting Kilmarnock back on level terms. And 4 minutes added on time there. Tony Watt giving Motherwell what looks like it could be a winner. Over in Poland, in the Eklakstrasse. It's Widzew Lodz 1, Stal Mielec 0. Any of our Polish fans watching? Dzień dobry. Dobry wieczór, nie mówię po polski, angielski, dziękuję bardzo. It's now Worthing 1, Gosport 1. Gosport getting back on level terms there. My screen will start going berserk now because all of the final scores are coming through. It has finished. Manchester City 2. Crystal Palace 2. That is a final. Pep Guardiola's over there having a go at the official. Alan's trying to get him away. Shut up, Pep, you're a prat. He's not going to change his mind now. You're not going to get anything changed. Goals galore going in and final results now, so we'll turn that down because it's just going. It's just going crazy, as it does. Looks like my bet was down. Yeah, rubbish. Yeah, Pep Guardiola having a go at the referee after the match. I don't understand it. He's not going to change his mind on anything that's gone on. There's no score correction. It's Chichester 2, #3. Stockton 2, Oldham 0. That game's still being played. We'll go through all of the full times with you shortly. And then later on tonight, we'll do a full report on the scores, and any of you guys have had a bet or a parlay. We'll give you the goal scorers, the times, who's had a card. But we've got, in a little while, we've got the betting shop coming up for you as well. We've got all today's racing results for you. And the brief roundup of the sports news as well. So plenty to come still on Catch It Live First. Still being played. It's Luton 1, Swansea 1, 85 minutes gone in the second half. That game was delayed because a member of the public apparently had a fainting episode or something. It's funny all this happens now. It never used to happen, did it? Well, very rarely used to happen. Since all the clock shots happened for COVID, it's become a regular thing. Manchester United are playing Nottingham Forest. They're kicking off at 5:30 today. A late goal, Braintree 1, Forest Green 1. Forest Green getting an equaliser there. That game's still being played. All the full times are pretty much in now. It's almost 5 o'clock. So what we'll do now, we'll go through all of the scores from today's games for you. And we'll start off with I just turn that down because it'll be confusing me. Starting with the English Premier League. Everton and Liverpool, that game was postponed due to inclement weather. Aston Villa 1, Southampton 0. Brentford 4, Newcastle United 2. Crystal Palace 2, Manchester City 2. Manchester United and Nottingham Forest, that's a 5:30 kick-off. Moving on to the English Championship. Leeds 2, Derby 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Preston 1, Sunderland 2, Stoke City 1, Cardiff and Watford, that game was postponed. Hull 0, Blackburn 1, Luton 1, Swansea 1, that's the latest score. Millwall 0, Coventry 1, Plymouth and Oxford postponed. Portsmouth 3, Bristol City 0, Queen's Park Rangers 3, Norwich City 0. Moving on to English League 1. Lincoln 0, Charlton 0, Wigan 0, Leyton Orient 2, Barnsley 1, Birmingham City 2, that game still being played. Blackpool and Rotherham, Bristol Rovers and Bolton, both those games were postponed. Burton 0, Wrexham 1, Cambridge United 4, Shrewsbury 1. Crawley and Stevenage, that game was postponed. Mansfield 1, Huddersfield 2. Stockport County 2, Exeter City 0. Wycombe 1, Reading 1. English League 2. Crewe 1, Bradford City 1. Port Vale 0, Walsall 1. Accrington 1, Bromley 2. Barrow and MK Dons, game postponed. Chesterfield 3, Tranmere 0. Doncaster 2, Cheltenham 2. Gillingham 1, Salford 0. Harrogate 0, AFC Wimbledon 3. Morecambe 0, Grimsby 3. Newport and Carlisle, Notts County and Colchester, both of those games postponed. Swindon 3, Fleetwood 1. Moving over to Scotland. Scottish Premiership. Aberdeen 1, St Johnstone 1. Celtic 3, Hibernian 0. Dundee United 1, Kilmarnock 1. Hearts 2, Dundee FC 0. St Mirren 0, Motherwell 1. Scottish Championship. Dunfermline 3, Hamilton 2. Falkirk 3, Wraith Rovers 0. Morton 0, Livingston 0. Partick Thistle 1, Ayr United 0. Queen's Park 2, Erdrionians 0. Scottish League 1. Annan 1, Cove Rangers 1. Kelty Hearts 0, Alloa 2. Montrose 2, Inverness 3. Stenhousemuir 4, Dumbarton 0. Arbroath and Queen of the South, that's a 5:30 kick-off. Moving on to the English National League, North. Kings Lynn 1, Scarborough 0. Needham Market v Hereford and Warrington v Curzon Ashton, both games postponed. National League South, Farnborough and Hornchurch, that game was postponed. English MPL Premier Division, Guiseley 3, Whitby 1. Hepburn Town v Morpeth, game postponed. Ilkeston 3, Worksop 0. Leek 1, Hyde 1. Matlock v Ashton United, Prescott v Bamber Bridge and Workington v Blythe, those games were postponed. Southern League Premier Central, all games were postponed apart from Spalding 2, Barwell 1. England Southern League Premier South, AFC Tottenham Frome postponed. Bracknell 1, Sholing 4, That game's still being played. That's in the 87th minute. Dorchester 4, Hungerford 2. Rest of the games in that league postponed. English Isterman League Premier Division. Bowers and Pitsea 0, Cray Wanderers 1. Canvey v Potters Bar, Cowshalton v White Hawk, matches postponed. Chichester 2, Hastings 3. Cray Valley 0, Lewes 2. That game was abandoned. Dartford 4, Bognor Regis 0. Dulwich Hamlet 1, Dover 4. Folkestone v Cheshunt, that game was postponed. And finally, Wingate and Finchley 0, Billericay 1. England FA Trophy. Brentwood 3, Southend 5. AFC Fylde 2 and Kidderminster 2. That game's gone to penalties. Aldershot 3, Wealdstone 1. Alfreton 0, Spennymoor 1. Altrincham 0, Macclesfield 0. That game's gone to penalties. Barnet 2, Aveley 0. Basford 2, FC Halifax 2. That game's gone to penalties. Biggleswade Town and AFC Totton match postponed. Boreham Wood 1, Eastbourne Borough 0. Boston United 1, Alfchurch 0. Braintree 1, Forest Green 1. That match has gone to penalties. Chertsey v Dagenham and Redbridge and Chesham and Salisbury. Both those games postponed. Chorley 3, Warrington Rylands 2. Gainsborough 2, Rushall 1. Gateshead v Farsley. That game was postponed. Hampton and Richmond 3, #0. Hanwell Town v Eastleigh. Hartlepool v Tamworth. Leamington v Rochdale. Those games were postponed. Oxford City 2, Hadley 1. Sittingbourne 4, Enfield Town 2. Slough 2, Maidenhead 1. Solihull Moors 1, Radcliffe 2. Stockton 2, Oldham Athletic 0. Sutton 3, Ebbsfleet 3. Sutton went through after a penalty shootout. Woking v Haventon Waterlooville, match postponed. Worthing 1, Gosport 1. That game has gone to penalties. Yeovil v Weymouth, match postponed. And finally, York City 3, Darlington 1. And there was one game still being played in the Premier League Cup. That's Brighton under 21s 0, Burnley under 21s 0. 50 minutes on the clock there. So that's your rundown of the football from around the UK. Don't forget, Manchester United are kicking off at 5:30 if you're interested. Rank says, you staying live for the Man U game? I'm not, mate, because I've got to go and get... I've got to do a horse race video now with the sports news, which will be up shortly. Then a little bit later on, I've got a video that I'll be doing with all of the reviews of the football from today with goal scorers, yellow cards, times of goals. So any of you guys who've had a bet, you can watch that and see how you've gone on. I know my bet was down with the football. Sucks a little bit, but there you go. 8,500 to 1. What do you expect? It'll come in one day. It'll come in one day. So no, I'm not going to stay live for that one, mate. But I am going to be doing a couple of videos which I'll stream. I'll film them now and then I'll upload them. So feel free to leave a comment, mate, on any of them, because as they come through, we will reply to them. Have a great evening, Ranks. Whatever you're doing, don't chase them losses. It's easy to do. We've got 3 stream supporters for today. We've got jalexpetproducts.co.uk, heavenlypleasures.co.uk, and removepest.co.uk. Links are in the description of this video, along with the promo codes that you can get your discounts on. 5%, 7% and 10% respectively. So grab yourself a bargain before Christmas. Renk says, I think Man United will win. Fingers crossed, mate. Hopefully, Renks, try and join us on Thursday night. I'm going to live stream live from Poland. This we're taking on Legnica. So I'll be in the stands there. Hopefully, I can live stream. YouTube might let me get away with it, even though I've not got enough subscribers. I'll do a test before I go. And but yeah, I will be over there in Poland live from the stadium. So tune in for that one on Thursday evening. If you don't know where to watch the game, it will be live on I think Unibet might stream it, or Bet365. But if you're not bothered about watching it as a match and you want to watch the live stream here on Catch It Live first, hopefully everything goes to plan. If not, I can only apologise in advance. It'll either be a flat battery or something goes wrong. But you've got to try, haven't you? So on that note, I will say thanks for watching Football Special Live. We'll have a Football Special video tonight where we'll go through all the games, have all the recaps for you. So do tune into that one. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share the video if you can. Renks, thanks for joining me as always. It's been my pleasure chatting to you, mate. Glad your teeth are on the mend. I'm Jimmy James. You've been watching Catch It Live first. And thanks to Liam and the lads, by the way, in the chat. Forgot about that. Thanks for locking in there, lads. Hope your bets went well today. On that note, I will say have a great Saturday